The following podcast is brought to you by Iconic Nation Media.
Well, here we are, Kimberly. New season, first episode, new show.
All new.
All new.
Congratulations. Can you let everybody in on what season 2, episode 1, and really the rest of season 2 entails?
Well, my whole life is taking a big pivot, which is what I do best, right? Like, I have moved back home to Malibu where I started my life and took a 20-year hiatus in Park City, Utah, came back and decided on a whim that I was done there.
Okay, so that's a mic drop. So before we dive into the big move and the big life moment, because we're going to really unpack that today. Mm-hmm. What is the name of your new name of your show?
It's going to be called Malibu Me.
Woo!
And that was due to some inspiring name changes and stuff from my team here at Iconic Nation.
Let's go.
And I just wanted to embody kind of how my life has taken this big turn and a leap of faith. And, you know, I think the biggest thing that I'm learning as I'm turning 52 in a couple weeks is that we're not stuck, you know, just because we're in a comfortable place or, you know, because Park City is a beautiful community. I'll always have great memories there of raising my kids and all of that. But knowing that I needed new challenges, new people, new experiences, and really feeling that from like my gut. And it had been kind of building,
Yes,
as you know. Mm-hmm. I mean, when I told Sarah, she was like, no, Mom, this is not really that surprising. It's been brewing.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
You know, and I just really felt this desire to come back to the water. I just need to look at it. And I've been walking, you know, every day next to it and just feeling like I needed to be back with my family and friends and my daughter. And just, you know, I needed a jump start. I needed a big change. I needed a new tribe of people. I need new experiences. And so the show, I think, is going to morph into, yes, of course, the empty nesting, because now I'm really like leaving the home I built for my kids.
Yeah. Yeah. The show is evolving with you. And we talked about it offline, but I find as a producer that when the host changes and evolves and leans into it, you know, you feel a little bit like, how's my audience going to react? But at the end of the day, what I have found is that the audience is generally evolving as well, and they're supportive and they're on the ride with you. So we're excited to welcome your audience to join you on this next new fresh chapter. And what role will Kelly play?
See, that's funny. That's like the heart. That was actually the saddest and hardest piece of this move, was leaving Kelly. And, you know, she's been like a sister and such a strong part of my like daily life there. And losing her, you know, was definitely a big challenge. But then I realized, you know, like the strongest friendships are the people that cheer you on, even though it's not exactly what they wanted or saw coming. And she will be a guest star. She'll definitely be visiting me, and we're very tight. And when she can come and do the show, I'd love to have her, because we have great chemistry and so it has nothing to do with that. It's just honestly, like, my unhappiness and stagnation was just pulling me so down that I knew I needed to just get away from, you know, the pain that I also endured there. You know, I had a divorce there. I had a long-term relationship that ended there. I had my daughter's diagnosis there. I had, you know, a lot of good, but a lot of hard too. And I just needed like a clean slate and a start over.
Yeah, that's so admirable. And before we go into that in great depth, I just want to let Kelly know that you're out and I'm in. I have taken over and I'm the new JK. I'm just kidding. No, we were actually bragging about Kelly backstage and talking about just how joyful she is and positive, and we just absolutely love and adore her so much. I love your friendship with her.
It's a great friendship,
It's a
and it will
beautiful
continue
friendship.
to change. I mean, like it'll change too, you
Yeah.
know?
And that's like, she's so supportive of you and you're so supportive of her.
Yeah.
And that's what friendship really is about. And what I have observed about you, Jen, is that you have really just taken the bull by the horns. Like, I admire you so much because you were, you know, just to recap, when we're talking about that, we're not surprised, kind of back in April, May, you were like, I might start splitting time. I want to be with my mom. And then you spent more time here and then you lost your mom, which we need to talk about.
Yeah.
And then after that, you went home and you just seemed to have an epiphany that I need to go back with my family. I need to go back home.
Yeah.
And what was so crazy to watch was how decisive you were, and you leaned into it. You did not doubt yourself. You followed your gut. And we're going to also be laughing about the fact, I mean, I hope that this, you know, is funny for you guys as well. But for me, when I realized that you basically make this decision to get up and move, you list your house, you immediately start looking at houses, and poor Nate is in Austria doing his thing, being the amazing snowboarder that he is. And I don't know what that was like, but we're going to have him on. And he must have received a call of a lifetime. Like, hi, honey, I'm moving. You're going to come home to an empty
It's
house.
crazy. And I kept upping the date because, you know, he was gone for a month. And that also
my
played
gosh.
into this because I'm always alone with the dog. You know, I'm like, okay, I'm staying here for him.
Yeah.
Because essentially everybody's gone. Nobody
Yeah.
lives there anymore. And I'm like, okay, what am I doing? I found a house. He went out to dinner. He came back. I said, I put an offer in on a house. We'll see what happens. And lo and behold, within like 24 hours, I was in escrow on a house I hadn't even seen. My sister-in-law and brother did a walkthrough and was like, you need to buy this house. It's going to sell like tomorrow, you know? And it did check all the boxes. And, you know, it's so weird is somebody, a good friend of mine told me, like, when doors start opening, just keep going.
Yes. Lean into that energy. And you're so open and spiritual and alignment and in tune with yourself. Like, from the work you've done the last 2 years, which I know has not been easy. No. I'm so proud of you for like just taking a leap and following your gut and saying, I am not happy here. I'm moving. And this is so important to the audience and to the empty nesters just like yourself, which is, you know, if your environment is not serving you any longer, like, you have the power to change it. And there's this saying, and I always remember it, and it says, you're not a tree, you're not stuck. And we feel like we're stuck. You
Yes.
know, we do feel like that. And
Yes.
it's easy to get comfortable and then, you know, start complaining. You didn't do that. You were like, this isn't working for me anymore. I'm out. And within 3 weeks, you were like here. It was
I did.
wild.
I hired movers. I mean, I had some help, which we're going to talk to some of the people that helped me.
Yes.
Because it did help to have a team of people really help orchestrate, like, okay, some of the things that you get paralyzed by.
Yeah, like the logistics.
I mean, honestly, like when I was first thinking about it, I'm like, well, I love my house. What do you mean I'm going to move? I can't leave. I'm not going to leave. I mean, I love my house. I just redid my whole house too. I just remodeled my whole house. And I was like, I'm not leaving. This is like where I am, you know? And I had my routine and I had, you know, a very good familiar place that I belong to. And there was something inside of me that was just like, you are miserable. And I knew when I came back from my mom's celebration, which a celebration of life is very hard.
Yes.
And I knew I was surrounded by friends from college that hadn't seen me in a long time, and they were like, you're happier here, and I knew that I needed to be with my family and my brother and his kids, and I needed to be closer to them and wanted to be closer to them, and went home. And I knew as soon as the airplane touched down, like driving back up the canyon to my house, I was like, I don't want to be here anymore.
Wow. And you listened.
And I listened.
You listened to your
And then it was
voice.
really weird. I just put it out into the universe. Like, I think I'm going to start looking for houses. And that's like how it all kind of started. And then by that weekend, my sister-in-law, who goes to every single open house, was like, I found your house.
She is amazing.
And amazing. And I was like, really? Okay. And it has not a stair in it, so it's great for Sarah. And it's like got a cute little yard, and it's really perfect, and it's got great charming vibes, and I'm like in love with this place. So
how many bedrooms did you go from, and how did you figure out, like, because I'm trying to figure out, like, or I'm trying to help other people that could be in that situation too, of like feeling stuck and not even knowing what to start looking for. Like, how did you evaluate your needs in terms of like number of bedrooms, that kind of thing?
I didn't even know that I was going to be back in Malibu per se. I just knew I wanted to be in like this area, and I was like, well, maybe I knew I needed to be by water. That was like a prerequisite. I'd been surrounded by mountains and landlocked for 23 years. So I'm like, I need water. It just felt good to me. And then I knew I didn't want the same. I mean, my house in Park City was a lot bigger. It was twice the size. I didn't need that anymore. My kids are going about their lives, And so you think, but the weird thing was thinking, how am I going to fit like all of the stuff we accumulate in 10,
How did you deal with that?
Well, so I did declutter. I mean, I had an organization team out there that helped me get rid of stuff. Like, I probably took half the closet of clothes here. I still brought 150 sweaters because that's all I lived in there, because it's always cold. So I'm like, but I don't need 4 ski jackets and ski clothes. And I just gave away my skis. I just was like, I know I'm done with this.
Yeah.
I am completely finished with snow, cold weather. Like, I don't enjoy it anymore. If I'm really honest, I don't want to be in it anymore. And, so I just eliminated things that, it was time.
Wait, did you bring your cold plunge?
I did.
Oh my God. We have to do
I did. So we have to do it. So I just set it up yesterday. And I'd like to get a sauna.
Yes.
Now that I can be outside.
Yeah.
So I can do a cold plunge. Yeah, I love the cold plunge. I mean, I'm still going to do that. And that's going to be a lot easier too, that I'm not breaking the ice outside.
Yeah. Yeah. You don't have to, that will never happen again. Not here.
No, I just got rid of snow tires that were in my garage. Like, stuff that I didn't realize I had so much of, this outdoorsy stuff, that I eliminated. But anyway, so I had organizers over there help. I will tell you, you choke up because you find things that are buried in boxes of your kids' artwork and memories and yearbooks. And I decided to do memory boxes and put them in a storage unit here for now.
How many memory boxes did you create for your kids?
I mean, I eliminated some stuff that they probably are not going to be happy about. Like, Sarah saved every corsage from every dance, so those are gone, and the promposal posters are gone. but I saved, like some of their art year. I'd say probably about a box or 2 each. Nate wanted all his Legos, so I saved those.
That's so sweet.
But I don't have the space, so I have to do a storage unit.
Oh, is that in Park City or is
Here.
it here? Okay, so you make the decision. So you come home after your mom's celebration. You have that drive. You're like, I don't want to be here.
Yep.
So then you put out to the universe, I might want to move. I want to look for a house. And then, so did you find your house first and then list your current house?
Yes.
Okay.
But all within like 3 days. So I had,
Insane.
it's insane. So I decided I bought this house. I went into escrow. I was like, okay. And then, when you list a house, I wasn't really prepared. You have to declutter everything.
Yeah, like
My real
stage
estate
it.
agent's like, you got to stage this. So I had the organizers come. We packed up picture. We just started packing
Wow.
because I knew I was going to bring all my pictures and, personal stuff. So we started packing up all of that immediately, got the house ready to stage, and then listed it, took pictures. It went on the MLS like pretty quickly. So
And Nate's stuff, you have to leave, right? Because he's poor guy. I don't know why I think that's the most hysterical part.
he
of the
still
whole
lives there.
Like he literally goes on a trip and comes back, and his mom has literally like moved out of the house, moved out of the state. He's 18 years old.
Yeah, he made a comment. He's like, "Well, Mom, you're gonna come back when I get home, right?" And I'm like,
Nope.
"No, I'm not coming back." And my plan is not to go back. I mean, I will to move him. Obviously, he would like to live in Salt Lake with friends and near university. We'll talk to him later, but
Yes.
he's made some big decisions
So this
on his
helps
own,
him.
which is also weird because Nate was my biggest piece of feeling not okay about this, like leaving him with snowboarding and traveling and competitions and things that we had kind of planned that I now have abandoned. So,
I feel like we do just have to laugh about it. Like it's his story. Like he's literally going to forever have that story. I think it's great. But it's served him, as we've seen, not to spoil it, but
yeah,
it ended up being
okay. And that's where I think like my mom is really helping on the other side. We talked about this behind, before we started taping today, and just like how she really, I knew my brother wanted me here, and I knew he was struggling with her death, and I was too, and we're kind of what each other has right now. And he wanted me to be a presence in his kids' lives because they're a lot younger than my kids. And, I just knew my mom, just how this whole thing came about in 21 days is crazy.
No resistance.
I got in my car.
hiccups.
I put the dog in there. I left the cats. Nate has the cats. So
Wait. How long were the cats alone?
cats are still alone. Cats are with Nate. Somebody's
wait.
feeding them, obviously, yes, and taking care of them. But they are living in the house. I decided we're not uprooting the cats until I get situated. The dog's a different story because she's my pal. But
So the cats are going to eventually make their way to you?
we're
or maybe
not
with him?
sure because
Okay.
of the coyote situation.
Yeah.
One of my cats is just too outdoorsy, so we'll see.
Oh,
Nate's
yeah.
kind of loving the cats right now because it's
Okay.
his only semblance of a family. He's like, I kind of like having the cats, Mom. Like it's not.
That's my only memory of you and my family. Oh my gosh. That
Yeah.
is so good.
Yeah.
So, and McCall will come on also because we're going to really step you guys through this process because this is not trivial. Like what you are doing is insane.
No,
In
people
the
are
best
freaking.
way.
People are freaking. Like
They are.
Oh yeah, like you moved.
In 20 minutes.
I kind of
Wait,
did.
I love how before this podcast, like a year or two ago, you were like so unsure of yourself and like on a self-discovery path, which by the way, we all continue to be, but you were really in a deep dive mode of that. And
Yes.
like in such a short time, you've just completely leaned into your power. And it is so magnificent to watch.
Thank you.
And that's why I really am so excited to share your step-by-step story of how this all came to be because you and I both know how nothing's really actually easy about it.
No.
But you're going to inspire so many people that are ready for a new chapter to actually make the move. And like you're showing them they can do it.
You can do it, and it is feeling like you're not stuck,
You're not.
and it's okay to put yourself first. I think as moms, it's really hard, especially to have that mindset. Like
I'm great at putting myself first, even as a mom.
I mean, I think that's a really good thing because for so long I was never first, and it was their needs over my needs. I mean,
Yeah. And it's so normal, sadly, that
And,
women
yeah.
forget about themselves.
we just do. We lose ourselves, and then all of a sudden, they're doing what you want them to do, which is spread their wings and fly. And you're like, okay, well, now I'm stuck. You think you're stuck in this position. And do I stay here and just, I kept thinking I can make the best of it. I really tried. I really tried to meet new friends and, put myself out there and dating out there. And like, it just wasn't morphing into anything. It was not,
It wasn't
I was
clicking.
not thriving.
You were not thriving.
No.
And you changed it. You did not stay stuck in that. I love it. I think changing your surroundings is one of the most powerful tools to get yourself out of I'm not saying you were depressed, but I'm just saying if people are depressed, like I will say I have family members that are struggling right now, and I'm like, changing your physical surroundings is one of the most powerful tools you can use, because your environment really informs your reality every day.
It really does. And I didn't realize that until I started really paying attention to my mental state. And, I'm a big exerciser. I'm a big, I therapy twice a week. I mean, I really was trying to find, ways of, taking care of myself, emotionally, physically. But it was something I needed like a new space.
Totally. So now that you are here, well, first of all, because I do want to ask how you're feeling, but so after you pack up and you stage, how do you get your stuff from point A to point B? You ship it through trucks?
So I found this great moving company, Right Moving Company, that was actually brilliant. I left a lot of my furniture there, which made this move fairly easy because it's in mountain furniture and I'm buying beach furniture. So I'm selling my house, furnished. And so I didn't bring a whole lot of that stuff. So that made it relatively a little easier.
What do you do if somebody doesn't want the furniture? Do you just...
Well, there's a consignment situation I can do, which they'll just pick it up. Okay. And you can get a consignment. Usually they'll come grab everything. And then as they sell it, you get some money back, because I, again, just redid that house. So I just bought all new furniture, all new things. I mean,
That's amazing.
It's kind of crazy how the timing of this, but yeah, so that I left that, but I got this moving company to come over, we walked through. I had a lot of boxes because kitchen, I cook and I've had a lot of entertaining over the years. So my kitchen, I had a lot of boxes there, went through closets. It's really good on that end to try to discard things that you're not going to use. Mm-hmm. And I think we all hold on to stuff.
Oh yeah. Some of us
for
more
too
than others.
long, like you think, oh, I might wear this and I haven't worn it in a year and a half, So I tried to really go through and be selective, like, okay, it's time to purge.
And
it's a good purge.
You leaned into the new, like, I think for a lot of people when they're decluttering, there's a lot of emotion involved and attachment to things because of
Yes.
memories, which
Yes.
makes sense. So how did you put yourself in that frame of mind to not be like falling apart and taking everything?
It was hard, especially when it came to the kid stuff, but I just tried to think, okay, we'll put as much as I can as reasonable memory boxes, right? Like reasonable. I'm not going to throw away photographs or that kind of thing. But, it was like, okay, do we really need every mug they've ever made at Color Me Mine?
No, ma'am.
Do we really need 8 mugs? No. So that's where I had to be a little discerning and get rid of some plates and mugs and, that kind of thing, because you're digging through your cupboards that you haven't looked for this stuff,
Yeah.
like it's,
and you're like,
yeah.
I haven't even used this in 5 years.
Yeah.
So we're okay. Well, that step alone takes a lot of emotional strength too, which is great.
Yeah.
So then, okay, so you're all packed up. You have your moving situation.
So the moving company came on a Monday and we loaded the truck with everything. I had a suitcase packed of my stuff that I could live in for a day and a half. And I got in the car with the dog 2 days later and drove straight through and met the moving truck. And actually McCall met the moving truck because they beat me here and
how
and
long
unloaded.
does it take you to get here?
It took me
Park
10
City.
hours, like
you
a
stayed
10-hour
awake?
drive.
I
Yeah,
guess so.
I left really early, had a lot of coffee.
It just
Pup
powered
and I
through.
just powered through.
How many stops?
Probably like our pee stops, probably like five stops,
Okay.
gas,
Okay,
go to the
yeah.
bathroom. But we just
Did
kept
it.
going. Yep.
Wow. So you're like, okay, Maya, here we go. Buckle up, Buttercup.
Oh, and
We're
she's great in
going.
the car. So she
Oh,
was
that's
like,
so
okay,
great.
this is great. And she's adjusting great. She loves the beach walk. She's like, I thought she'd be so sad to miss her little run amok days, and
She's thriving too.
thriving.
Love it. Okay, so then the truck actually beats you there?
Beats me here.
Wow.
McCall's here. She's like, you're moving trucks here. By the time I pulled in with my car, McCall had unpacked like all these boxes of photos. It looked like I lived in my new house. Like
She is
she had all the furniture there.
Amazing.
She had it all unloaded.
So we're gonna have her on. So
Yes.
I don't, because I want to really understand how on earth she did this, but
Yeah.
just at a high level so people can understand, she really stepped in and took the reins for you.
She helped so much. She helped measure, got couches in there.
How'd she do that?
Like, I mean, we had everything. I had a whole living room of furniture. My dining room table was there. My bed was all set up. I mean, when do you move and have your bed made so that you can just climb in it and go to sleep?
Literally white glove service. By the
was-
way, McCall, like you might have a new business that you can launch. This is unbelievable. So she picked out furniture, like she's sending you links, she's measuring.
Yes.
Like, you're going back and forth approving things.
Yes.
That
and
is
she was like, this is what I
unbelievable.
think will look really good. And the nice thing is that they've done this in so many of their houses that
Oh,
they do,
right.
right? So she knows what works, what doesn't, what's great quality,
Where did you get a lot of your furniture?
Jenny Kane, a lot of it. She loves
Oh.
Jenny Kane.
Oh,
and it
okay.
was really like just beige and white and clean and bright. And
Beachy vibes.
Totally.
Yeah. And I had the pleasure of going over there, Shannon and I.
Yeah.
And it is so lovely. Like, I am down
I
to
love
be a
my
guest.
neighborhood. I love my neighborhood. I've already like my habitual things of walking to the same places every day, but I've
So
walked
great.
down to the little market and got my coffee.
To
and-
Trinkus?
Yep. At the vintage market and got my coffee, and Maya and I walked to the beach. We've gone up to the dog park and met all these great people. Most of them are local business owners, which I love. It's like old Malibu, like the restaurateurs, the shop owners. Like it's just got a great vibe of the real locals.
Key locals. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing that people don't realize because Malibu has such a big name. If you're from here, you know that it's like almost like I don't want to say the anti-Hollywood, like Hollywood's a bad thing, but it's really just like locals that are low key and they're, I don't know, it's not what people think. I feel like there's almost a misconception, like
A big one.
'Cause it seems so
really,
glamorous.
It's really low key. People are in their sweatshirts and sweatpants, and
I mean, they're like, $500, joggers, but like, let's be clear, like it's expensive low key, but like,
Yeah.
but that's the cool vibe of it.
it's just like it's back. It feels like I'm meant to be back, and
I
home,
love that.
and
So then we didn't talk about the next best part of the story. This happened so fast that I
Yeah.
cannot help but just laugh so hard about all of it in the best way, like
Yeah.
in a celebratory manner. So I'm like, how is Sarah, like, how does she feel about being near you? Cause she goes to Pepperdine.
Yeah.
Cause we had moved her into her new place. I
Yep.
was there for a part of that.
Yep.
And then what happened?
Well, then she was like having some struggles with her roommates, and she was like, I was like, well, you can come home, you can come live with me. And she was like, yeah, okay. I've been on my own for 2 years.
Her bags were packed in 10 seconds.
She wanted to move in before me. So like she moved in. Actually, she moved in before me, before I arrived too. Like Sarah's in.
That is hysterical.
And
like,
she's like, Nate needs to live on his own now for a couple years now, and
his
we're
turn.
just like best friends. So we watch TV together and hang out, but she's very busy with school, but it's so nice to have her back. Like, it's so nice.
Like in 20 minutes, you do all of this. You abandon Nate.
It's so sad. I did.
Sarah's already moved in. Like
Training
Leo's
kids.
there.
Yep.
I come like their kids are doing their homework. They're such great kids, all of the kids involved in your
Yeah.
whole life. But it's so cute. They're like little nerds and it's just the cutest
Yeah,
thing
they
ever,
are.
which is the biggest compliment. I mean that in the most
Totally.
complimentary way. Like that's
Nerds run the world,
Yes,
so.
they do. And that's what I'm saying. Like they're just brilliant,
Yeah.
hardworking, focused children.
Yeah.
But like I just love it. Everybody's at Jen's house,
Which is how I love it.
Yes. Yes.
I've had my nephews like come spend days with me already, and like we've walked down to the little candy store, and
Feels like everybody is so much happier. Like by you prioritizing your joy, you spread that joy. Like Jason, just like me and my sister, when you have a loss of a parent, it's such a blessing to have a sibling, especially one that you can be close with and share in that pain. Misery loves company.
Yeah.
But seriously, like it's been a win for Jason. It's been a win for the kids. It's obviously a win for you. And we'll find out that it's actually a win for Nate, which, we'll get into his chapter.
Yeah.
But it's remarkable that you prioritizing yourself has had a ripple effect on everybody around you. And everyone's been happier. McCall's happier. I'm happier, selfishly.
it's been, I mean, this is great that I can come here and tape and like, meet. And I think it's going to be the journey of me finding like all the new things here. I mean, you really have to start over. Down to, I had everything dialed there. I was there for 23 years, like new ins and outs.
Is it exciting for you? Are you getting excited? So now that you're here, how do you feel? Because this was a huge risk, a huge leap. It was fast. So now that you're here, like, what has it been like?
It's been so incredibly great. Like, aside from having the support of my family and everybody here, the amount of inner peace I have is insane. Like I didn't know that I could feel this peaceful again. Like just calm and not and free. And I have to say that it's sort of nice to be walking around anonymously again. Like starting over, not everybody knows every, intricate thing of your life like in a small town,
Yes.
And there's a lot of restaurants and a lot of people and a lot of activities I can do, and I'm just like excited to start finding all those things,
Yeah. It's totally elevated your energy, I'm sure. It sounds like it's so cool.
100%. It really does feel like a whole new life. Whole new life.
And every one of us has apparently separately said how good you look.
My son Nate will be on, but he came to visit for the first, he hadn't seen the house or anything. He just got back from Austria, flew here, and he's like, I guess I'll come see where you live, Mom, and like, and he was like, Mom, you look so much younger. You look so happy.
Wow.
Are you happy? And I was like, I am really happy.
Your skin looks hydrated. You look rested. I immediately, like, I saw you like the day after you moved.
I drove. Yeah.
And I mean, you would think that after all of that, you'd be pretty worn down. Oh no, you were at football with our boys. Like you're in the mom crowd with us, which, I get all excited about, but like, you look radiant. Like you're happier. Like you're glowing.
Yeah. I needed this. I needed a reset. And I really urge people to listen to that. It's definitely takes courage and, a leap of faith. I mean, I just went for it.
You did. You went for it. All in.
But so far, so good. So far, so good.
I'm so unbelievably proud of you.
Thank
you. Not to end on a sad note, but I do want to check in and ask you about how you're doing with your mom. How long has it been since she passed?
And my mom passed away in July, so we're in November now. It's so weird. I know she's behind all of this. Like, we feel it. You and I were talking earlier, like I had a dream about her last night, and it was as if it was one of those, like, where you're not quite deep sleeping and you're kind of in and out of wake sleep kind of thing.
Yeah, like a twilight state.
Yeah, a twilight state. And she was there, and Shinka had told me I'd see a bunny. And yesterday I was walking and there was another single bunny just on my path that I walked yesterday morning, and I was going to meet Nate, and we walked the beach 2 times this week, and I took him on my little route, and we got our coffees, and you know, just kind of sharing with him my new routine. And I know my mom is behind all of this. I know she is.
I do too. I feel it.
And I know she wanted me. That's, I think, part of the strength I got, because Jason was like, I can't believe you did this. I can't believe you did this, Jen. And I am like a strong person, but I'm not a risky person. A much more me thing would have been like, sell my house first, you know, wait till that chapter closes, do things like in order. I would never have bought a house sight unseen. I would have looked at it a few times. Like I would have, you know, walked through it. I would have like, and it just, I had the strength behind, and I know she's behind it.
You felt her energy. Like
Yeah.
she's here guiding and pushing me along to find more joy.
Go for it.
Go for it. And that's such a gift in our pain. Like that is also how I really started leaning into my company, is in the death of my mom. I was like, you know, I'm going for it.
Yeah.
I'm going for it unapologetically. And I just, you know, I think it's important to share that strength with others and let them know, like, it is okay. Like, you will be okay.
Well, when you lose people too, you really start to think like, we don't have all the time in the world.
No.
It's not a long life.
No.
And you got to enjoy the time you got,
Yep.
you know? And I know, like your mom too, like they help us from the other side.
Oh, yeah. They really do. And you're so open energetically to that. And gosh, I'm so unbelievably happy for you and proud of you. Also surprised.
Yeah.
I feel like you just all of a sudden, boom, like really stepped into your power. Like it just clicked for you.
Yes.
And you've been on that journey. It hasn't been easy. And the audience knows they've been with you as well. Same with Kelly, you know, and sorting through all the mess and the hardness and the finding yourself and regrouping and prioritizing yourself, just so much. Like it's been so much, but like I feel like you hit your stride. Like you really leaned into your power and you just went for it. And it's just really inspiring. It's inspiring for me.
Thank you.
And I really hope that others feel that power that you possess.
Well, that's what I wanted to share, because it really is something that everyone has in them, and everyone has that intuitive feeling, and listening to your gut and listening to your feelings and your sense of self. And I think when you really lean into those things and you know, and doors start opening and you manifest things, like it's going to be interesting what comes next for me, because I've been manifesting, like, you know,
Your
love
husband.
again. And like, and I know that's coming,
I know it's coming too.
and I like feel it. And it's just all these things, like you just keep walking through open doors.
Yes.
And not that we're not going to have sad, dark, you know, hard days. Of course, I'm not delusional that I won't have hard days here, but I did need to have a big restart.
Love it. I'm so excited for you. And thank you for bringing us along.
Yeah, of course.
Malibu Me, baby.
Malibu Me. I got my sweater.
Let's
I'm
go.
ready.
It's so good. You are so ready.
I'm ready. I love it. I love it. I'm so happy to be home. And yeah. And we're gonna document. I'd love to talk to all the people that kind of help me, because I think having, you know, certain resources is also very helpful. I'm not delusional to think that I was by myself. There's no way I could have packed up my whole house and got it ready to stage and everything all on my own. So it's good to
amazing.
have some help. Yeah.
Yeah. And your tribe really did rally around you, which is why I cannot wait to hear from McCall's point of view, like how she helped. And
It was
I
insane.
was shocked. I mean, I'm just so impressed
Yeah.
with your whole family, the way you guys pulled together, rallied. It's just, you can feel the warmth in your family and the love and support around you, like a giant hug.
Yes.
And I think it's in the most important time when you're so vulnerable from losing your mom and being an empty nester. Like, it's just a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
And we have to, you know, acknowledge that beauty in the pain. But anyway, we're excited to hear more. So thank you for having me on.
And thank you for helping me relaunch and rebrand, and you
Yeah.
know, and it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun.
It's going to be fun.
It's gonna be
All
really
right.
fun. Well, thank you everybody for joining me today, and look forward to seeing you on Malibu and Me.